beautiful people? It's your boy Ed from Team Elite Savij, and I'm here to talk to you guys about my opinion on the ban list that is coming up. Should cards get hit? Should cards get addressed? Or should cards get taken completely out of the meta? It's all what we're here for. We're here to hear my opinion out. Don't forget, guys, this is just my opinion. Just because I say that a card should get hit or will get hit doesn't mean it's going to happen. It just so happens to be that this is what I think. This is some of the issues that I've been running across in the meta. And it doesn't really mean that it's going to happen. So if you don't like my opinion, please let me know down below. And maybe you and I can have a constructive conversation about why you think that the card should not get hit, or why I think the card should get hit, or whatever the situation is, right? I'm always down to talk to you guys about it and maybe see your point of view, and then maybe I'll see the card in a different light. But for now, let's talk about the cards that I think that should just completely get the fuck out of the ban list. I'm sorry, but I'm being like, yeah, let's go ahead and start off with the ban cards. All right, guys, so for the first card, I find Guard Dragon LP to be a big issue. I think that this deck has been played for a really long time. It's not something that it's new. It's maybe something that is new to new players because you maybe haven't faced it before. But I think Dragon Link has always been an issue, at least for the last maybe year and a half now. I think that my biggest issue with this deck is that the Guard Dragon cards are really busted, and a lot of people don't agree with me, but it's completely okay, because in my opinion, I think that the cards, Guard Dragon LP should just get out of the ban list and should get out of the tournaments, and we should not be able to play that, because I'm tired of Dragon Link. Yes, I am tired of Dragon Link. I had been playing Dragon Link in my logos like back to back in a month, and even though I beat some of them, I also lost to some of them. So I'm just not a really big fan of those decks. I think that they're too busted. I think that even though if you hit the deck, which I have done before twice with like hand traps, they'll still continue comboing off, and it's disgustingly stupid, especially because LP just makes it so easy for that deck to be able to continue going off. And that's me, my personal opinion. LP out the ban list. Second card that I think that should get hit should be BFD. I think that Virtual World makes BFD so easy, and god dang it, I'm sorry guys. Alejandro is playing BFD in his deck. He is playing a Virtual World deck. Profile coming out soon. But I think the BFD should really get addressed. I think that you not being able to play YuGiOh, it's a problem. And it's crazy because I am the person who plays Draco and says, no, you can't play YuGiOh because I play a lot of Floodgates. But I just think that BFD is so much more broken than a lot more Floodgates, because it's just easier to make now with Virtual World. And it's crazy because Virtual World can completely make 2 VFDs in one turn, end their turn, your go. And if you don't have anything to counter out 2 BFDs, you're done for. So the only way that I've been able to stop 2 VFDs are they activate, I imperm, they chain another one, I gamma. That's the only way that I can actually think about me being able to do it because of what I play and how I play, right? But for me to be able to open up a gamma and an imperm and holding them on to the next turn, because if I see them in my hand, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna hold them on. The chances of me, having those cards in my hand are really, really low. So BFD should get banned and out of this ban list. Let's go ahead and continue with Smoke Grenade. We're all tired of Smoke Grenades. Inferno Bowl was one of the top tier decks for a while, and I don't personally believe that it's probably one of the best decks, but it is a really good deck. Maybe in my personal opinion, I think that Inferno Bowls are somewhere around the 1.5 tier, which is not bad. They're still really good, they're still really busted, but one of the cards that really helps them a lot, because they get all that knowledge from your hand at the beginning of the combo whenever they start off with Dolphin, and at the very end they just take out a card that they want from your hand. Gatorade break, sorry. With Dolphin, the thing is that you get to hit cards, but you don't really hit cards that are cards like spells and traps. You hit monsters, and monsters that are like that attack or weaker than whatever monsters they have on their field, right? And it's like, okay, whatever, Dolphin's not that busted. You just play through it, it doesn't matter, like, okay, destroy the baby Ceratosaurus that I have in my hand. Okay, that's not gonna matter. But where it really starts hurting is that when they hit like the Dark Ruler no more out of your hand, and you're just like, that's a card. Yeah, and personally, I just believe that Smoke Grenade, being able to do that, just being able to slap any one card out of your hand, it's just too busted. I do want to talk about this one time where I was playing Joe and he Smoke Grenade me and he took out the Lava Golem out of my hand, and then I just drew a Lava Golem again in the next turn, which was the funniest thing ever. Alright guys, so yeah, that's my personal opinion about Smoke Grenade. I just think that this card is too busted. I think that it can't continue in our meta, and I think it has to yeet out of the competition, has to be out of all the tournaments. It has to be in the ban list where it's at 0. I just think it needs to be gone. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue. Next card that I think that should be hit is going to be Sword Destruction. You know, that cat looking thing, you know, that thing that doesn't let you summon from the extra deck. I hate that card. I think that it's a really, really good card for the reason being that it doesn't let you summon from the extra deck. And I think that it worked well whenever you played Emancipators. But for the people who are not playing Emancipators anymore, which should be a lot of us because Blood Dragon's dead, and now the deck is quote unquote dead. You still play the deck, but it's just not going to be as good as it was. So saying that, I think that Sword Destruction is too busted because you can splash it into any deck, make Union Carrier, and then attach that to any one dark monster. So you can literally just go Boros Sword. I'm sorry, not Boros Sword. Boros Savij. You make Savij, and then you make Union Carrier, and then you just attach it to it, and it's just like, okay, I have a 3700 beater on the field with 3750, and then now you can't do anything because he's going to be so it's going to be Boros Sword, and he's going to be boosted up by 750 from another monster, which is no more than likely going to be like Needle Fiber, and then another 1000 because of the Sword of Destruction. So it's going to be 4750, and it's just going to be like, okay, yeah, no, I can't get over that. Even if I'm just playing like my pure thing, like something as pure, as beautiful as Magnite Invoked, I'm just slap at 2500 on the field, and I still can't do anything because it's not going to beat over that 2750 that guy's got, right? So saying that, you know, I just believe that Sword Destruction should yeet out of the competition. I don't think that it should be in our meta. I don't think that it should be allowed to be played in tournaments. I think that it's too busted. It just gives too many people the opportunity to have a busted deck, even more busted. So that said, I think that that's the card that also belongs in Dragon Link. So I've already talked about 2 cards that belong in Dragon Link that should get hit. So as you can tell, I don't like Dragon Links. Let's go ahead and move on to all of my one-ups, and let's go ahead and continue with the trend of talking about Dragon Link. YuGiOh. I think it's about time that we have YuGiOh go to 1. I think that YuGiOh has been out and about chilling, avoiding every freaking ban list ever since its creation. I think that YuGiOh is too busted. Just a matter of fact that you can go 3 YuGiOhs and continue going and going and going and going. It's just like, nah, dude, it's not fair. I personally think that it's too busted. I just think that you guys know that Dragon Link abuses the fuck out of it. So that being said, you should say yeet out of the competition. I'm done with it. I don't want to see it no more. Bye-bye. The next card, I'm going to be a little fair and not just talk about cards of other decks that I think that should get hit, but also, you know, my decks that should get hit. I believe that Miscellaneousaurus, it's an issue. Miscellaneousaurus has been hit before, and it was at 1 before. So now I think that it should go back to 1, and we should continue having to be able to play dinos with only 1 Miscellaneousaurus. But you know, if you guys remember when Miscellaneousaurus back in the day hit 1, a lot of people stopped playing dinos, which was completely understandable because as soon as a meta deck gets at least touched once, a lot of people hop off of it, and then you're only gonna have like the good people that were good with the deck left over, and then all the people that were bandwagoning are gonna move on to another deck, which is gonna happen. They're just gonna bandwagon from one deck to another. So now people that were playing dinos and were playing it just because it was good, and now Miscellaneousaurus should get hit, and if it does, they're gonna drop down, and we're just gonna have good players playing dino now. And I don't believe that dinos will be dead. I believe that with dinos at having Miscellaneous at 1, it's gonna bring down the consistency of the deck, because that's one of the cards that you want to see completely first. If you don't have Miscellaneousaurus in hand for going first or going second, whatever, if you don't have it in hand first, it's kind of an issue. You can definitely play through it. You can definitely make a wonderful board. You can break a lot of shit, of course. But the thing is that Miscellaneousaurus is part of that, and you're gonna have to like up like you know, terraforming back to 3, you know, so then like that I can play Lost World, and the Lost World game what's up, they can't talk my shit now, I'm chilling, you know. But besides that, miscellaneous to 1. Let's be honest, you know, it's too busted. So miscellaneous to 1. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and continue. I think Meltdown is super busted. I think that it's a card that if people ask me Meltdown or Invoker, of course Meltdown. Fuck up. Don't ask me these questions. Why would you do that? I think that Meltdown already is kind of like a card where if they hit it to 1, we're chilling, because I have situations where I open up 2 Meltdowns, and of course you want to play 3. So I have situations where I open up 2, it's only a once per turn, you can activate 1, add an Alistair, and you're chilling. Or you activate 1 and they just go Cosmic Cyclone and you're done. You know, it's just like, okay, if you didn't have an Alistair in hand, wow, right? But personally speaking, I think that Meltdown is too busted. Me being going Invocation, summoning out Mechaba, and you go in resolution to the summon. That's not a thing, boy. That's not a thing. You can't do anything on the summon of my monster, bro. So I have to go activate Invocation in Graveyard, and then you can go, okay, China card. You can't just go summon out Mechaba, Torrential Tribute. You can't do that, bro. Come on, man. Just don't even act like you can do that, bro. We all know you can't. All right. So for that reason, I do think the Meltdown is super busted. I think that it doesn't let my opponent respond to my summon, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But then it becomes a complicated situation having to explain to your opponent that can't do shit. And they're just gonna get mad as fuck. And it's crazy, man. I've already had it happen to me in tournament before where people just get mad, and it's whatever. Move on. Next thing, right? So yeah, Meltdown down to 1. Next thing, I am a big True Draco player, and I believe that Masterpiece should come back. Reasons why: we get Masterpiece at 1, and it's not the most broken thing ever. Masterpiece can't get over a Dragoon without the diagram on field already, or without like Domain of the Monarchs on field. So what are we doing, man? So just summon out a Masterpiece, tribute a trap in a monster. He's unaffected by spells. He's 3,200. I'm pretty sure you've already negated something with your Dragoon. So now your Dragoon is at 4K. Wow, you can't pop my Masterpiece on your turn because he's unaffected by monsters. Ram. Just ram your Dragoon and you're chilling. All right, you don't like Dragoon? You don't play Dragoon? All right, let's talk about Eldritch, boy. Eldritch, summon, 3,500. Can't be destroyed by card effects. Wow, I can't activate my Masterpiece to destroy your Eldritch? Okay. You're just going to go 3,500 to my 3,200 if I have a diagram. And then it's not going to get destroyed, but that's still fine. What if I don't have a diagram and you go Conquistador, pop diagram? I'm completely fucked. You're just gonna go boom, 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 ram your Eldritch into my Masterpiece, and that's it. 2,950 to 3,500. What do you want me to do? Of course, I don't think Masterpiece is the most broken card. I do think that he is completely good. But the thing is, the matter of fact that we only have Diagram at 1 and we only have Masterpiece at 0, and we could get it at 1, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. Eldritch gets rid of Diagram like nobody's business. Like, just like they did with Mystic Mine. I hated playing Mystic Mine against Eldritch because they got rid of my Mystic Mine like nothing. So, in that sense, Masterpiece to 1, because it's not going to matter. It's not going to make the difference. It's not going to break the meta. You guys are all, like, really butthurt about how Masterpiece clapped your cheeks years ago, but it's not doing anything now. And it won't do anything now. Like, dude, I built a deck the other day to play it against Alex, and I went True Draco versus Alex's deck, which is meta, Dogma, Eldritch, Invoked, and I got ran. And I was playing Diagram at 3, I was playing Masterpiece at 2, so I was like, okay, what if I make, and I was playing like True Draco full power just like I did at the band deck, so I was like, okay, what if I do, what if I make a True Draco deck of how it could be in today's meta with just 1 Masterpiece? And I still got ran. So it doesn't matter. So Masterpiece at 1. Let's move on. Vanity's Emptiness is another one. Holy hell. I love me some Floodgates. But Vanity's Emptiness is a crazy motherfucker. I'm telling you. Man, Vanity's Emptiness, I saw that it got printed in OCG's structure decks for, I think it was Ice Barriers? What? I know they have it in their list. I know that it's available for OCG. But god dang, I wish we had Vanity's Emptiness, right? Vanity's Emptiness has the potential of maybe getting printed in the TCG. And if it does, it's gonna make me happy as hell, because you know what? You just go, okay, let's get Vanity's Emptiness. Oh, a lot of people are gonna be like, but I'm too special, something. Just main deck your Harpies Feather Duster, bro. They gave you Harpies for a reason. Or, okay, you don't want to play Harpies. I'm pretty sure you play Lightning Storms. Can't afford them? Twin Twizzlers? You don't want to play Twin Twizzlers? Cosmic Cyclones. There's so many options for you to do to be able to get over Vanity's Emptiness. And it's crazy, because a lot of people are like, it's too busted. Yeah. But you got Lightning Storms, Harpies, you got Twin Twisters, you got Cosmic Cyclones, you got all of these back removal cards. Red Reboot, and you don't want Vanity's back at 1. Okay. Harp Horror at 1. Why? Because Orcus is fun. Let's just be honest. I think that Harp Horror coming back to 1 won't break the meta. I think that Harp Horror coming back to 1 will be something that will just make a lot more fun playing Orcus. I've played Orcus. I had Orcus, and as soon as Rusty came back, I was one of the first people who made Orcus. I went to locals that same week and I topped with Orcus. So I believe in Orcus, but I don't believe that Harp Horror 2-1 will break the deck. I think that it was all of the recycling that you were able to do with 3 of them, but 1 of them ain't gonna do anything. I personally don't believe it, and if it does, I'm sorry I said that I wanted Harp Horror to 1, but I just don't think it's gonna do anything. So Harp Horror to 1, it's not gonna be much. Let's go ahead and continue. I think some of these Dragon Rulers have been coming off of the ban list, so let's go ahead and continue. Let's not get the most busted one next, but let's just go ahead and talk about what is his name? The Dragon. It's Dragon Ruler of Waterfall. That guy. Water Dragon Ruler. That guy. I actually have a whole deck of Dragon Rulers right here because my buddy left me his deck. This guy. I think it's this guy's turn to come out of the ban list. We've already received this guy, and now I think that the next guy to come off should be after the water should be fire, because fire is the most busted one, but you gotta wait on fire. So at least let's get the water one, see what happens. You know, Tidal at 1. I don't think it's gonna do anything. I don't think that it's gonna be too busted for, oh, people are gonna be playing Dragon Rulers. No, they're not. You need all 4, buddy. Let's be completely honest. So Earth could probably be next after water, if not fire, but maybe Earth. I don't know. I just think that it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and let's see what happens with that. It's just a fun little card that I thought, you know what? Just throw it in the throw it in the section of the one-ups, right? After that, let's go ahead and continue. Now let's get into the 2-ups. I only have 1 card that I believe that should come back to 2 because it's at 1, and that's Zodiac Trident. Zodiacs are a lot of fun. They're being played a lot, but Trident, it's just like, it's Trident. I think that Trident coming back to 2 will help the deck a lot. I think that people really like Zodiacs, and I think that it's not going to make it busted. It's not going to make it broken. I just think that people are going to be able to play it more. And with all the options of people playing things like Ice Dragon's Prisms in their main deck, Solemn Strikes, you know, all this other stuff that like maybe are new or haven't been played in forever, like Strike. I hadn't seen people play Strike in forever, and now it's being played. I haven't seen people play D Barrier, my fault. D Barrier was a card that hadn't been played in forever, and I actually seen people cite it in, play it against Zeus. Normal summon Zoo Monster. Opponent goes, D Barrier. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set 4 into my turn. What are you gonna do, buddy? You can't do anything, right? It's one of the funniest things. Or I saw this other guy go, normal summon Sue, slap some materials on top of it, and then he goes, battle phase, attack. End of battle phase, D Barrier. Why? Because now you can't slap the Sues on top. And they did that for nothing. And it's just like, okay, did they benefit? No. Did they benefit? No, neither player benefited. It's just like, okay, I don't think that I don't think that the player who activated debuff benefited a lot. I think that it did because now, okay, your opponent can't get Zeus, but it's just like, okay, you could have just done it on the normal summon of their monster. You wouldn't have gone attack directly. But that was funny though. One of the funniest things I've seen all day. And we're gonna go ahead and just say that Trident should come back to 2, not too busted, good enough. And I think this is gonna make people a lot more happier being able to play Zeus with a little bit closer of what Zeus should be like, because you still have Rat at 1, and then you still have Radbo Band, and then you have Barrage at 1. So it's just like, can I get another Trident, please? All right, and that's it for my Banlist prediction. Those are the 12 cards that I believe that should come off. Let's go ahead and go over them again. It's for banned cards, so zeros. I think that LP, BFD, Smoke Grenade, and Sword Destruction should all get hit to a 0, and they should yeet out of the tournaments. I don't like them. Now cards that should get hit to 1 or come back to 1 should be Miscellaneous Saurus, Meltdown, Masterpiece, Vanity's Emptiness, Dragon Ruler, Water, Heart Pourer, and YuGiOh. I know that it's a little bit more one-ups than anything, and it's completely fine. I don't care. Going to 2-ofs, I know people don't believe in 2-ofs. I actually personally do believe in 2-ofs. I think the 2-ofs are a necessary evil in this world of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, okay, if a card is too busted and you're abusing it at 3, but then it's going to be dead at 1, just put it at 2. You know, that's just personally me, and Trident should be going to 2. For the last card, and for the 3-ofs, this is the one and only card that I believe should come back. It's Maxi. Yes, sir. It should come back into the meta. I think that OCG being able to play it and not us is just like the saddest thing ever. I'm completely sad. OCG is different from the TCG, like for a lot of people that don't know this. It's more for the people that just play like in Japan and whatnot. And it's not just Japan. I'm just generalizing. A lot of people that are in the OCG play like in other areas like Japan. But I think that Maxi is available for them, and I don't understand why it's not available for us. There's a lot of ways for you not to be able to get decked out because your opponent's special summon like 40 times. It doesn't matter, dude. It's just like, I think that Maxi is a necessary evil. Having Called by the Grave at 1 does hurt us in TCG, but we are going to have Cross Designator come out pretty soon. So when that does, maybe not today or in the Banlist that we're having coming up, but maybe Maxi coming up in the near future will be a thing, because, you know, Cross Out Designator and then Maxi, and you got Ash, so your opponent doesn't draw shit, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good card. I think this should be played. I think it's more than necessary. Masterpiece, I'm sorry, Maxi not at 1, Maxi not at 2, Maxi at 3. Yes, sir. And that's where I'm gonna wrap up my statements about the ban list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my conversational, opinionable topics of the ban list. I just think that it's all my opinion, and I just think these are cards that I don't want to see anymore, or that I do want to see. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I didn't hit the topic about Needle Fiver, Link Cross, and Meta Marcher, because a lot of people have already, and it's just like, you don't want to watch the same thing over and over just being spoken by somebody different. It's just, it gets repetitive. So for that reason, I think that my ban list, it's not really different from everybody's, because it's a ban list prediction conversation, because like I said, we're hopping on the ban list topic. But it's just, I think that I made a topic that people might want to talk about. So if you guys want to comment down, please leave a comment. I'll have a conversation with you about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was Ed from Savij. Have a wonderful day, guys. Take care, and see you guys in the next time.